Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we are playing a deck that I'm calling Mardu Legendary Stuffs. and I recognize that's not a very good name, and so I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comment section down below. Leave a name that you think would work well for this. But because I'm not really playing around any one specific card, what we're doing though is we are playing a bunch of legendaries, legendary creatures up on the top end. We do have Walking Ballistas, Fatal Push, Cast Down, Cast Out for the removal side of things. But then ultimately, we're wanting to remove all of our opponent's board with Urza's Ruinous Blast, which says exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. And then we also have Primeval Glorious Rebirth, which returns all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So let's say opponents can remove a lot of our stuff. All we have to do, it is a legendary sorcery, so we still have to have a legendary creature or a planeswalker out on the battlefield. And then we can cast this and and get all of our legendary cards back from the graveyard, which is super, super powerful. And Urza's Ruinous Blast just kind of is a one-sided board wipe. All of our stuff will stay on the battlefield. We only have a few things that go away, like our Cast Out, like our Walking Ballista. So there are a few times that we also lose out on it as well. But ultimately, we're going to be keeping all of our stuff, and they won't. We have Arvad of the Cursed, and I've really liked this card, and I want to try to find a way to use it. And so this deck is the way to use it. A lot of times, once we bring him down, all of our stuff, like a lot of times opponents are scooping anyway, but other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. So super, super powerful. We have Shalai to keep all of our stuff, and this is almost like a singleton deck with just like doubling up on removal stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and get into the gameplay, and you guys will just have to see how it looks because that's kind of how it goes. But super fun deck. I had a lot of success with it. I built this one in Dominaria Standard when it first was there. So I haven't upgraded it totally for M19, but I still think that this is kind of the way to go with it. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Wish me luck. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing, I guess, Mardu Legendary Tribal is kind of what we're trying to do here. And Mardu, and for those who don't know, is red, white, and black. So this looks like a pretty decent hand to keep. So we're going to keep this. It is a little bit slow, but we have all of the colors that we want, and that is super, super important in this deck. The great thing is that everything that we draw is ultimately a great draw most of the time. So, super fun. We might leave up the Walking Ballista just to play with the Traxos later. So we're going to pass the turn. Hopefully they don't have an Ajani's Pridemate. All right, so they swing in. They don't. Pass the turn. All right, Lyra Dawnbringer. So we are drawing a lot of the stuff that we want here. So we're going to go ahead, play If Near Deadlands. And in order to speed us up into Lyra, we can actually play Captain Lannery Storm into Lyra next turn. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to swing in, see if there's a sail away, do damage, pass the turn, and I mean, a Lyra turn 4 is always a good thing to do. The opponent swings in, brings us down to 18, gains back their life. Karn is awesome here as well. We're going to go ahead and play this Lyra. Playing it now so that Captain Lannery Storm can get a little bit more powerful. Go to combat, swing in, get some more mana, bring opponent down to 17 and pass the turn. And I think that what we're hoping for is just a Shalai here. Like anything to protect our stuff is fantastic. So no Shalai. We do have a Karn here. So let's go ahead and play Traxos. Comes in tapped. We go to combat. We attack. Let's see here. I mean, let's go ahead and press our advantage. Let's see if it's a Settle the Wreckage. This is a little greedy. Yeah, so opponent settles the Wreckage. We will let that resolve. And so we can play Walking Ballista to untap our Traxos here. So I think that's what we do. So we want to untap our Traxos to have him as a blocker. Not that we're really scared of the Sacred Cat, but I think Walking Ballista is good to have out there as well. That is one card that we have multiples of as well. It will also help out our Karn plan here. Probably should have played around the Settle the Wreckage. Alright, Anointed Procession. Alright, so we let that resolve. Opponent goes to combat, and I'm guessing they swing in here with the Sacred Cat. Blocks. I mean, they can always block the Traxos as well. So go to my turn. Ooh, Shalai. Alright, Shalai, that's what we were hoping for last time. Slows down the Karn plan a little bit here, but I think that Shalai is better. Alright, so we play Shalai. Oh, we should have played it afterwards. Oh well, we're going to go to combat. Attack in with Traxos, and like we really aren't too worried about being able to untap with Traxos. Every single card that we draw in this deck will untap Traxos. So this is kind of a Traxos deck as well. I was playing multiples of him, but I took him out, took the extras out for Helm of the Host. Crested Sunmare. Alrighty. So opponent goes to combat, and I'm guessing they swing in to gain some life. And what we do is, so that they don't gain life, we're just going to go ahead and trade in our Walking Ballista to kill the Sacred Cat here. So they don't gain life, and so this turn we can make sure that we're tapping right here. We play Karn, untap Traxos. We will tick up here. And yeah, opponent scoops it up. So they would have to block with the Traxos to have a chance. We had the Kamal to make our Traxos basically vigilant. Yeah, so that one turned out pretty well. Alright, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Mardu Legendary Tribal. And pretty fun deck. You saw in the last one, like, even though we're kind of playing almost a singleton format, it works out. So we're going to keep this one as well. This looks good. We have our 3 colors. We have some removal. We have Pia Nalaar. And, I mean, Hazoret, we won't necessarily be emptying our hand right away, but not too shabby. Ooh, I do like the Concealed Courtyard for this turn, so play that, pass the turn. So now we have our 4 mana for Shalai. Opponent plays a Swamp, plays Glint Sleeve Siphoner, and we are going to go ahead and fire off the Fatal Push now, mainly because we're wanting to empty our hand for the Hazoret, and because we don't like Glint Sleeve Siphoner. All of those things are good reasons. So Pia Nalaar comes down, creates a Thopter, we pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp, and plays Dreadshade. Alright. Dreadshade is fun. We play a Plains. We're going to play Shalai. Swing in with our Thopter. And pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. Swings in with a Dreadshade. We say no blockers. They'll be able to pump them up to do 7 damage, but I believe that we're going to be winning this race ultimately, especially once we get down Lyra next turn. Alright, so in plays Gifted Aetherborn. Alright, so Walking Ballista, not too shabby either. So we can play Plains, we could play Hazoret and Walking Ballista to make sure that we have an indestructible hasty creature here. But I think that we can do that another turn. So Lyra, while we still have protection here, is not bad. So we go to combat, and we just swing in with our flyers. And we pass the turn. And luckily we're gaining back life with the Shalai now as well. Opponent has the Cabal Stronghold. Swings in with the Dreadshade. And so we're going to say no blockers. He can do lots of damage. Luckily, he's 1 swamp away from making the Cabal Stronghold really powerful. Plays a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. And luckily, our Shalai is out of range of the Fatal Push as long as we don't kill any of their stuff. And so that's kind of our goal, is just to not kill their stuff. Like, if they swing in with this Gifted Aetherborn, I don't think we block just so that we can save. Well, now we would, but all right. Swamp isn't bad here, so we can play Swamp. We play Hazoret. We can play Walking Ballista as well and kill a Glencleave. Yeah, but opponent scoops it up. Yeah, so that's exactly what we were trying to do. Yeah, that was pretty fun. All right, so here we are in Arena Standard, and we are playing Mardu Legendary Tribal. And so far, these games have been going really well. So just so you know, I do have the deck list down in the description below. Let's see here, kind of slow lands, but we have Danitha turn 3. Hopefully draw into land for Karn, and this won't be too bad. Danitha, if we can keep it alive long enough to play the Arvad, is becomes really powerful. A 4/4 first strike, vigilance, and lifelink, not too shabby. So we're gonna lead with Dragon Skull Summit. All right, it looks like opponent might be gone here. So Clifftop Retreat is actually pretty good. So we play Plains, have Cast Down. Let's see if opponent just times out. All right, and opponent scoops it up by not playing it at all. He ended up leaving. We will take the victory, though. All right, so there you guys have it with Mardu Legendary Tribal. And I think you guys got to see quite a bit of the deck. So it is really fun, really powerful. I do have the deck list listed down below in the description. So if you want to check it out, see what you want to do there, go ahead. But overall, fun deck. Really, I have always... It seems really janky, but I swear I win like probably 70% of the time with this deck. So something is happening that's really good, and it's just because we're playing all of the best creatures, you know, so why not, you know? So anyway, really fun card. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.